On Earth, death is biological. Within decades, moisture and microbes recycle your bones into the forest floor. But on Mars, death is physical. On the red planet, you don't rot. You are sandblasted. Today, the Mars Data Archive reveals a 10,000-year forensic mystery. The science is startling. On Mars, you don't disappear. You are sculpted, bleached, and chemically fused until you become part of the geology. On Earth, bone decomposition is driven by organic chemistry. Bacteria and fungi secrete enzymes that break down collagen, the glue of the bone, in a matter of years. But Mars is a planetary freezer. With an average temperature of minus 62 degrees C, biological activity ceases. Scientific data from Curiosity's REMS instrument shows that humidity levels are so low that moisture doesn't evaporate. It directly sublimates. For the first century, the bacteria that would normally destroy your remains are flash frozen. You aren't decaying, you are mummifying in a state of biological stasis. By the end of the first millennia, the Mars side of our skull begins to change color. Earthbound bones turn brown or yellow from soil minerals. On Mars, they turn a haunting, brilliant white. Because Mars lacks a thick atmosphere and a magnetic field, the surface is hit by relentless high-energy UV radiation. This causes photodegradation. The UV photons snap the molecular bonds of any remaining organic polymers. By year 2000, the bone has been chemically purified. It becomes a chalky, white beacon reflecting the harsh Martian sun against the red regolith. Now we enter the most violent phase of the timeline. On Earth, wind is softened by vegetation. On Mars, wind is a weapon. Look at these rocks in Jezero crater. We call them ventifacts. Because the Martian atmosphere is only 1% as thick as Earth's, the wind must travel at much higher velocities to lift particles. These dust grains are iron-rich, basalt, jagged, and abrasive. For 5,000 years, this planetary sandblaster hits the bone. It grinds down the softer, spongy sections, leaving only the densest calcium ridges. By year 7,500, your remains are no longer rounded. They are sharpened into blades, polished to a mirror-like sheen by the red wind. At the 10 millennium mark, a final, invisible transformation occurs. Data from the Viking and Phoenix landers confirmed that Martian soil is saturated with perchlorates, highly reactive, oxidizing salts. Over eons, these chemicals react with the calcium in the bone. Through a process of mineral replacement, iron-rich dust begins to embed itself into the bone's pores. You are no longer biological material. You are becoming a Martian mineral. If a geologist were to find you now, they wouldn't find a skeleton. They would find a human-shaped rock, chemically fused to the planet itself. So, what is the verdict of the archive? On Earth, you are recycled. You become part of the trees and the grass in 300 years. On Mars, you are a monument. You endure for 10,000 years as a sharpened, bleached relic. Eventually, the wind finishes what it started. After 1 million years, even the stone bone is ground into white powder. Joining the global dust storms, you become a permanent part of the Martian sky.